Okay, here we are. This is just finished flowering, and got lots of old growth here that's not going to produce much now, and you don't really want to take out much more than a third of the old growth or some of the bigger growths, so that you don't cause too much stress on the plant. So we're going to take a few out and clear out the middle here, and what will happen then is that we'll get some lovely new shoots coming up here this year, and in the winter time it will flower on these shoots. Right, I've cleared as much of the dead and ivy and all the rubbish that I can out of the plant. So what I'm going to do now is cut up out any weak growth, any growth that's really not doing an awful lot or not going to do an awful lot. So this is one here. I'm going to take it right back. I don't want anything left in the stump or anything like that. That's what I'm doing here. Okay, we've got a dead one here. I can now see. As you can see, it's becoming nice and airy in the middle there. There's just one old branch here. Nice thick one that I want to remove. Let's see if I can get that. Sending the shoot up from the bottom. It's crossing over everything. It's in the middle, blocking it all up. Okay, so what I've done here is taken off any ivy, cleared out the centre, cleared out any weak growth, dead growth, anything that's going to block up this centre area. So we've now got the kind of frame around the outside where plenty of air can get through. We'll have plenty of shoots growing up through the middle here, ready for the end of the year. So what I want to do now is cut out some of the crossing branches and the bigger branches. So what I suggest with some of these big and thick branches, bearing in mind this shrub can grow 8 foot or so, is to half them first, because they are heavy old branches. So just for a safety point of view. So all these here are crossing, so we're going to take this out at half the height. Now I've cut off the tops of the relevant ones this side that I want to cut down so they're not too heavy and overbalanced. So this is one that's going to come out here. So I'm going to take this as low as possible. With a nice sharp pruning saw, nice clean cut, and that's one limb gone. This one is crossing, so it's just going to cause problems rubbing against these as the wind blows through it, and just general movement. So this one's going to come out nice and close so I can get again. And the last one is this one rubbing against here. Same thing again, as low as possible. So as you can see, I've cleared out the centre. I've left a few of the old ones here, and what will happen now is you'll have all the new growth come up through the middle here, and it'll be a lovely bright orange, so you can't mistake the new growth, and you'll end up with lots of flower on this new growth. And if we do the same next year, we'll keep rejuvenating bits and pieces, and you'll end up with constant flower and a constant winter flowering shrub. Something else I'd like to mention about these Viburnums. This is the main plant, but what's happened is along here a shoot has come up and you've got a completely separate shrub here. Now this is too old to dig out and reuse, but if you catch these in times when they're 2 or 3 limbs and cut them carefully from the parent plant and dig them and save as much root as you can, you'll have yourself another lovely Viburnum which will mature, and you can place it somewhere nice in your garden and have some more flower around during the winter time. Now this, I spoke earlier, this is a different Viburnum bonantense in the garden, and this is one that I separated from the parent plant that we were pruning back there and set up in another part of the garden. Like I said, just made sure the roots were good, made sure the parent plant roots weren't damaged, and transplanted it, and now you can see it's turned into a lovely sturdy shrub. But I mentioned earlier about the newer growth, and hopefully you can see here, if I bring you in close, the difference in colour. You can see the old type stems, and you can see these are about a year old now, and these are fairly new shoots there. They're a lot more orangey, so they're easy to identify. And when I come to prune this one, I would just take out a third of some of these older shoots, let these ones continue and the newer ones grow up, and we'll keep the shrub in check in plenty of flowering.